I am writing this under some appreciable mental strain. The drug that... whatever. I'm not going to do a dramatic reading of this. It is Dagon by H.P. Lovecraft. This is the first time we are tipping our toes into the Cthulhu mythos with Father Dagon. No Mother Hydra, just Father Dagon, because H.P. Lovecraft's sexist, of course. Well, racist, yes. Well, early on, yes. Sexist. I don't know. But aside from that, Dagon is a great short story. It is definitely, I don't want to say the apotheose, but it's very much, it has a lot of Lovecraftian tropes in it, of unspeakable things and madness and strange illogical shapes and narrations, and a person gone mad and needs drugs or some form of addiction or something to ease his mind. You know, he turns to morphine to escape from the horrors that has been revealed to his mind. And Dagon is a Yiddish Semitic fish god. What I've known from, you know, kind of like there's other ones like the Leviathan and Ami Balbaro, or, you know, the snake that eats its own tail. So it's a little bit of Ancient Aliens in here. That's a huge part of the Cthulhu mythos, is this Ancient Aliens bent to it, and that these two warring races, left wounded, are now dormant on Earth, are a couple warring superpowers of elder gods and Cthulhu and the great race of the Yith, and just it's amazing that how he kind of turned this, how this alien science fiction to horror to somewhat fantasy, because these creatures also can cast spells and know dark magics. It's kind of amalgam of the things. It's an interesting mixture of just sliminess and, you know, dark magics. But here we don't dive into that. Here we have a person of reasonable intelligence, a sailor, and a soldier who washes up ashore, or wakes up in the middle of night and finds that the sea is gone around him. Instead of swaying in a boat covered in water and swaying in the breeze, he is waking up upon an alien landmass of just putrid fish and just awful, and probably, I don't know, many other things that resemble bile and just, you know, rotting fish. And when it comes to this, as a little boy, watching Jaws and many other aquatic horror-themed monster movies, and living in a fishing town of Gimli, Manitoba. We're on Lake Winnipeg, one of the biggest lakes in Canada, and and being primarily a tourist and fishing town, there's a little bit of shadow over Innsmouth type feel to it, and reading Lovecraft hasn't helped at all with my aquaphobia or any form of that, because it's something. When you're in the water, we're hairless monkeys. We're out of our element. It's a terrifying fact, and it just this area of 360 and the ability of drowning in something that could take you in the depths and just tear you apart. Even growing up as a little boy in the 90s, like back in 97, 98, being like 7 years old and whatnot, and watching Pokemon, Gyarados kind of unsettled me. I remember watching that, and it just even Gyarados kind of like, I wouldn't want to be there with that giant serpent. So, you know, between spiders, heights, and sea monsters, that's mostly things I fear. But I think the ending in itself is great. It kind of shows that even if a lot of the heroes do not have necessarily a happy ending, they do a lot of times do succumb to their madness, or kind of live a life of bitterness, and the flavor of the world, the color of the world has been lost to them, because they know the terrible secret and the true juggernauts that really turn the world around, and, you know, the revelation of forbidden knowledge. I can just gush all over it. Just read Dagon. It's a fantastic short story. The first Cthulhu exploit or mythos of all the pantheon of different gods and relations and the hierarchy of these aliens, fish aliens. But check it out, Dagon by H.P. Lovecraft. The window.